We're very privileged now to welcome Shekhar Gupta, Editor-in-Chief of the Indian Express, who is joining us, who was stuck in a terrible traffic jam, but who's made it by the skin of his teeth. And you haven't had a chance to see the military parade that Beijing has put on.
Well, I think we've been seeing it on some channel or the other for a long time now.
But 60 years of communist China. What's your takeout of the China story? What's your big takeout from the China story?
I think you don't have to see it as 60 years of communist China. I think there's about 40 years of communist China, Mao's communist China, and then about 20 years of Deng's communist China. I think China took recourse to what you just described as pragmatism, but I think it's much more than pragmatism. I think China has developed a whole new national ideology, which is not communism, which is not socialism, which is not capitalism. It's a whole new ideology. I think somebody
That's very interesting. It's not communism.
No, scientists like him will find a definition for it in the course of time. But this is an extreme form of capitalism built around an extreme form of nationalism, because capitalism also then involves sort of weakening of national boundaries, globalization of the mind, thought. In fact, the force of global capitalism has weakened nationalism around the world.
Right.
But in China, it's been strengthened.
Right.
And in China, the impetus for both sort of controlled capitalism and controlled nationalism is all coming from what we describe erroneously as the Communist Party.
Right.
So this is a completely new form of a new ideology.
Let's put that to Praveen Parkayastha. Praveen Parkayastha, you were strenuously saying that this is in fact 60 years of communist China, but Shekhar Gupta is suggesting that this is a completely new kind of ideology. This is a marriage of nationalism and capitalism.
I must say Shekhar has put some very interesting positions. One is it's an extreme form of capitalism, but it is not capitalism. It's an extreme form of nationalism, which is not consistent with capitalism. But in the past, we seem to have seen extreme nationalism as a growth of capitalism. In fact, the Second World War was a result of the capitalist rivalries and extreme nationalism. So I think Shekhar will have to really look at his categories again. I think what we have is a Communist Party taking over in a relatively backward country, developing its economy, and at the current juncture, they certainly are taking recourse to capitalist methods. Whether they will survive and still be able to maintain their socialist character, or will become capitalist fully, is something we have to see. But to say that the Communist Party has become a capitalist party, which is a new formation which the world has not seen, I think Shekhar really needs to reinvent his categories again.
Okay, well, that is the ever-hopeful communist there who is talking, Mr. Praveen Parkayastha.
It's over.
The dream is over. There's going to be no people's utopia.
In fact, it's Chinese Communist Party that has destroyed communism.
Your capitalist dream is over as well.
Pardon me?
Shekhar, your capitalist dream is over as well.
I don't have a capitalist dream. I have no dream. I have no dreams. I am a journalist, right? I have no dreams. My wearing a red kurta is coincidental.
Ideology is what
That's a good one. Actually, you're both wearing red.
I said mine is coincidental.
Right.
I wear black quite often. That doesn't mean I change my ideology.
Right. Well, let's take a short break at this point and come back and talk about what India's attitude should be towards China. I'm going to quote from Shekhar Gupta's article where he says, "Stop fighting the 1962 war in the Indian Express. Should India be wary of China? Can China ever be an ally?" Let's take a short break.